we have a major update on the Knicks trade plans. Shams just dropped a bombshell report. The Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, could be open to exploring options outside of Milwaukee. We're going to break down all of these latest reports today. If you're enjoying the content, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you have notifications on as well too. If you want to support the channel, the easiest way to do that is to hit that subscribe button. And now, let's get started. Major Knicks trade update. Just when you thought he was out, they reel him right back in once again. Many people believe that Giannis Antetokounmpo would not be available for trade during this offseason. However, according to Shams, even though Giannis is loyal to Milwaukee, that doesn't mean he's not exploring other options that give him a better chance to win. Let's break down this bombshell report from Shams Charania of ESPN. Shout out to ESPN NBA Insider Shams Charania, who said on a recent episode of the Pat McAfee show that while the Bucks remain confident in Antetokounmpo's loyalty, nothing is set in stone. According to Shams, one thing I do know is Giannis Antetokounmpo is open-minded about exploring what's the best fit for him. Is it in Milwaukee? This process also includes seeing what that team does. What does Milwaukee do? He owes it to them. They owe it to him. They have one first-round pick that they can play with. They have a few second-round picks that they can play with. Let's see if this can get done. Shams continues here by stating, I'm sure there are conversations going on right now that we don't even know about surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo and his camp. But this right here is the biggest part of Shams' report. According to him, if the Milwaukee Bucks do not make moves that signal a clear path back to contention, Shams hinted that Antetokounmpo may start seriously weighing a future elsewhere. Here's the exact quote from Shams. After 3 weeks into July, Giannis will then have to figure out, is this team I'm on right now a championship contender? Because if it's not, that's what I want out of my future. The ability to win more championships. And if Milwaukee is not going to give him that opportunity, then clearly he is comfortable exploring different options. It sounds like to me that Giannis is loyal, but he's still waiting to see what the Bucks do. If the Milwaukee Bucks do not do what they need to do to turn Milwaukee into a contender for next season, Giannis could be open to leaving the Bucks. And that right there is the door being open. We already know. We've reported on it for weeks now. Leon Rose and this Knicks front office, they're looking to make a major trade, a blockbuster trade, a superstar trade happen this offseason. And if that's the case, right now, there is only one superstar worth trading significant assets for. And that player is Giannis Antetokounmpo. And we already know the Knicks have wanted Giannis for a number of years now. Each and every time he has potentially been available, all the odd makers, all the reports, and even Giannis himself have hinted that New York could be the next place that he wants to play basketball in. He said himself on his brother's podcast show that New York brings out a different version of himself, a better version of himself when it comes to basketball. Who doesn't want to see that Giannis? Because I know I do, and if New York's going to unlock that part of him, then come to New York, request a trade to the Knicks, because if he does that, that will set into motion something that the Knicks never saw coming. And Leon Rose, this Knicks front office, they are ready. They're prepared for just that moment. But what they have to wait for is the Bucks to go through this process and fail. If they don't build a contender in Milwaukee, Giannis could potentially explore other options outside of Milwaukee. And those other options, the number one option will be the New York Knicks, will be the New York market. He is seen in New York. He speaks about New York. He says New York when nobody's even asking him about it. These are signs, clear signs, that if he leaves Milwaukee, he will join New York. He will join the Knicks. And all the Knicks have to do is give the Milwaukee Bucks a very good offer. And that offer will have to start with Karl Anthony Towns. You may not like it. You may not love that. And I'm not telling the Knicks to go out there and trade Karl Anthony Towns for just any player. But if Giannis Antetokounmpo is the player available and on the table, then New York has to do whatever it takes to put the right offer together to land Giannis. And the right offer must include Karl Anthony Towns, just for money purposes. If the Milwaukee Bucks want other players, other picks, then the Knicks will have to include that as well too. I don't like New York gutting this team, and normally I would never want them to make a move like this. But this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. If New York is able to keep Jalen Brunson, keep most of this core, and is able to add Giannis, in my head, if New York is able to do this and essentially swap Karl Anthony Towns for Giannis and keep the core intact, this Knicks team is absolutely at the top of the Eastern Conference as the main team that could go to the NBA Finals next year. That is how good, how amazing, how legendary a trade for Giannis could be for this franchise. We have never, ever pulled off a trade for a player like that in my lifetime. Carmelo Anthony was the closest we got to it. If New York is doing this for Giannis, it will be a game changer. And this report from Shams clearly opens the door. Even though Giannis is loyal to Milwaukee, he is not going to be loyal to them to a fault. And a fault would be loyal to them even though you know they're not going to be able to give you a championship. Milwaukee needs to be able to provide that for Giannis, because if they don't, this offseason, Giannis could be leaving and joining another team. And if you're following the reports, if you're following the breadcrumbs, then you already know. All the reports are indicating that if Giannis leaves Milwaukee, he will likely join the New York Knicks. And with Leon Rose and this Knicks front office, you are never, ever going to know what moves they're trying to make until the move has already been made and they're announcing it. Leon Rose, he moves in silence. But the one thing we know more than anything else is that the Knicks want to improve this roster. And with limited cap space, there are only so many ways to do that. And one of those ways is to make a trade. And every single report indicates that the Knicks want to make a blockbuster trade happen this offseason. And I can't think of another blockbuster trade that I would like to see than Giannis being traded to the Knicks. And potentially in a few weeks, we might see that move happen. I am never going to count Leon Rose and this Knicks front office out, especially when there are reports out there indicating that Giannis could potentially leave the Bucks if they do not turn Milwaukee into a contender. But what about you guys? What do you think about these clear reports indicating that Giannis Antetokounmpo has nothing set in stone regarding where he's going to play next season? If Milwaukee does not build out a contender, he could potentially leave. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans, take care of yourself, your families, and each other. Peace and love.